Hello everybody, this is Mighty Base Plate here, and with what part is it now? The fifth part. We got the ambient sun and the booths. So what we're gonna now is we're gonna continue working on the booths a little bit. Let's fix this. So what we're gonna do next is a little bit of scripting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new part. And this is going to be the part when people pass through it, it'll get rid of all their build tools. So in theory, this should work. So there will be a big long brick that extends in front of this, and when a person collides with it, it'll take all their parts away, their tools away. So let's give it a script. Let's name that part and anchor it and make it go throughable. Somebody texted me. I'll text them back later. So we need to make an event when this gets touched. So what we got here, we got touched. Let's do touched. Function touch. Hit. What this will do, it'll run this script only when a player hits it and not a boat. So let's just run a test. So what that should do is say our name hit this brick. Whoops. In theory, this should work. Yep. Okay, so when people go through this brick, it'll get rid of all our tools. So let's actually steal my for loop example. If you go into models and search for loop one word, you'll get my for loop example. I use this in a lot of my games, and I still refuse to memorize it by heart. But it's just a simple for loop. This is a kind of for loop that goes through the children of a model, and I use it a lot. So we're gonna find the character, and this will search through. It's hard to explain, so I'll just type it out. If v.class name equals tool. There's a few kinds of tools we need to. So if the character is holding a tool, it'll destroy it. And then we can run some other tests in case we want to have a game pass that gives somebody gravity coil. We can make it so it won't remove gravity coils. So that's a tool. This is a hopper bin. Hopper bin. Hopper bin. Then it'll destroy it. And also, we need to go through their backpack and destroy it as well, not just items that they're equipped. So let's take this for a loop. So this should remove all our tools when we go through it. We might be able to upgrade our building tools into our own later, but that'll be for another day. Boop! Gets rid of all our tools. And now, let's kill ourselves real quick. And see if it'll remove tools even that we are equipping. Like this. Because normally when you go through these, if we don't have it go through the character, this is when you equip a tool, its parent becomes your character, and then we can just destroy it from there. So if somebody's equipped a tool, it'll get rid of it. So we can make this transparent. Clean it up a little bit. Okay, so now we got our remove tools. So we can't edit the clone tool, which is kind of silly, but I was gonna have a method of cleaning up bricks, have it set the parent of the, maybe we can find one in here. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. So we got the tool remover up here. Don't worry, I'll remember to lock all the parts. You go down here, and so what I was thinking about doing was sorry, I'm brain farting right now. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I can make the cleanup, the part cleanup thing now. I'm gonna have to look up some Roblox wiki stuff though for it. Roblox wiki, join. No. Surfaces. Because I'm gonna do a little research. Should I pause it? Yeah, I'll just pause it for now and do some research. So something that's worrying me is why I paused it is that it might eventually parts, if a server is alive for a long enough time, parts will be everywhere. It'll eventually be really messy because people don't clean up after themselves, and some people might delete all their parts and then leave, and then someone joins, and then it's a problem. So we're gonna steal a classic region button. That's actually not how I want to do it. We're going to set up a system so if someone says regen, it regens only their blocks and gets rid of all their existing ones. But so I'm gonna ungroup all these and then regroup them. So this is gonna be booth 1. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna add a surface GUI here that tells what person what booth they're in, and it kind of helps me at the same time. So let's actually make this centered. No. So that's just a method to make sure it's censored. Not censored, it's centered. I'll remove these once I'm done. So, surface GUI. Frame. How convenient. Just make it take up the entire... You know what? We don't need a frame. Let's get a text label. So now we can use this for ourselves, and I guess the players can use it as well. So they okay, you want to make this smaller. It kind of makes it like low res, but at the same time helps us out in a sense. Okay, so now we got like a little indicator that lets us know what booth number this is. So what we can do from there is okay, so now these are all renamed booth 1 part. So if we spawn in the first booth, which is this one, and we build these parts, it's kind of hard to explain, but let's get to work, I guess. So we're gonna need an on-chatted event, which I don't know off the top of my head. I think there's a free model. So we got a chat thing here. Okay, that's just a simple test. I'm sorry for like whipping out the free models on you guys, but it just makes things a lot simpler. Even though I said if you can make it yourself, you should, it's just it's an iffy subject. God damn it, it's not working. What? Does this even work? It's not even working. There's no error for it either. What the hell is that even for? Oh my god, this garbage. It's not. Why isn't this working? I'm just gonna pause it. Sorry for whipping out the free models on you guys, but I'm pissed. Oh, how come every single script that I find on this goddamn free models looks like a piece of garbage, man? I'm trying to look for a good example to learn something, and I'm just like, what is this? No one wants to read that garbage, man. Do people even tab? Dude, this looks like garbage. What the hell is this? No. My god. Free models is the best place to get scripts, man. It's the best. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully this works. So let's test this. Hopefully this actually works. Okay, it works. So, the original plan was when someone types regen, it'll regen all their bricks. So, it might work in the shadows right now. Sorry if I'm not talking at all. So we need to find what booth they're in. This team is pastel green. Where's Score? Where the hell's Score? Score used to be a property of that, so that kind of pisses me off. Okay, so I ended up labeling all the teams. I renamed all the teams so they go left to right. Should have done that from the start, but whatever. Okay, so here we are in booth 1. So when the person types region, we want to get what booth they're in, right? So we're gonna try to find which booth they are in. So let's go to our for loop from here, because we're gonna need that again. Yeah, brick color.new. That makes no damn sense. Why does it expect to color 3 when this is a brick color? I think I don't even need the brick color.new. Well, at least I got that far. Booth is not a valid member. Yeah, that's, of course it'd be like that. You can't put stuff in here, I guess. String, pattern. Yeah, that'd make too much sense to be able to find a value in team. I remember it giving me that problem before. I don't know what happened to the score value either. Yeah, score used to be a property, now it's not. Yeah. This energy. Yeah, whatever. I mean, remove something that has no problem existing. How am I gonna be able to? I guess I could just make it really annoying. Where's region script even at? So I'm gonna have to do this really, really awkwardly. How the hell am I gonna find pastel green out of this, man? Would I even use pastel green? Gonna pause it. Alright, I ended up repairing this, so this is a different method of finding what team you're on. It's a really, really bad method because now I have, if I want to change any of the team colors, I have to change them like 3 times over with the spawn, the team color, and these new values that I made because I'm an idiot. But I'm just too lazy to do it another way, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt because hopefully it's not important. So now the for loop, we're gonna have it go through now to go through script.colors. So what that'll do is it'll go through colors, take which one it needs, and then there's such an easier way I could have done this, but I'm too late now. It'll take the name and turn it into a number. So I bet these aren't going to be in order either, are they? Nope. But it doesn't matter. Yep. Okay, it works. It found what booth number we're in, and that's a step. That is a single step. So now, let's go delete all these. Very disappointed in how I did that, but it's what it has to be, I guess. Fix that. And there's all 6 of our stuff. Where's that hole at? I guess I didn't see a hole. I was just inside the block. But okay, so now we got all of our booths. Now I'm going to label them. While we're doing this, we can get rid of these parts too. Okay, so now we got all our booths. They're looking fine. They're looking fresh. So now we have to rename this. Does it go in order? Okay, sweet, it does. Booth 2 parts. Booth 3 parts. Okay, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we have to rename all these parts. My reasoning behind doing this is when you use a copy tool, it'll set its parent to game.workspace. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to find all the parts with this name and then delete them. So the owner of the booth can delete all of their parts at once in one swing if they want to. Okay, so we got all our parts. So now we can finish this. So now in theory, if we type regen, it'll destroy all our parts. That's fine. Just forgot to anchor that. Well, oh, the script that colors. That's why. Bam! Works. And this is just a test to make sure it only regens our parts and not everyone else's. Bam. So that's good. We got that working. But now we have to make it so if they destroy all their parts and leave, someone who joins won't get screwed over by it. So we're gonna have those in there. So that'll destroy the template. So now so that'll create a clone of it. So let's run a test on that real quick. Okay, cool. So we got that working. And there's a few more things we need to do. Let's anchor all these.
Hey Chris,
Yeah.
let me see something real quick.
So the next thing we're gonna do is add little other cute little hazards that can spawn in, you know. I was thinking of having other things that just fall onto the track and either follow you down or break your ship. So we're gonna add rocks, and what the rocks will do is if your ship collides with them, it'll bust whatever piece it hits. But we don't want to overdo it because we don't want it to just completely shred a ship. But it's like it'll have like a timer, so it can only break like one part every few seconds. So if you ram into it, it doesn't destroy your entire ship, just one piece. So we'll anchor it. I was also thinking of having rocks also follow you down in a sense, but we could work on that later. So rock, it's anchored. Let's make it the correct material. ROBLOX rocks, am I right? Let's make it a little darker because it should be charred because it's lava. Let's actually rotate it a little bit just to give it like a protruding out of the lava kind of deal. Kind of like that. But that's a piece of poop. We're gonna probably have it down here because we don't want to just rip people off who spawn on a certain side. It's gonna be kind of random whether you hit a rock or not. And we could also make it so if you hit a rock, maybe the rock destroys and it'll regenerate in a time. So we're actually gonna rotate it like this, so if they do hit it, they slide off to a side. So it won't accidentally break if it hits a conveyor, which is lava. So it won't destroy the lava if it hits lava. What that'll do is if a boat hits it, it'll destroy one piece and then wait 2 seconds before it destroys another piece or a body part. So we're gonna test it and try to get down there. We always spawn in booth 6, so I'm actually gonna move a copy of the rock up here. So this is our rock copy. So depending on which angle you hit it from, it'll destroy your ship. Okay, so let's purposely hit it. Boom. Whoops. Boom. Yeah, it only destroys one block and it allowed that to get past. Okay, so now we got a rock. That can be the first rock that the player interacts with. Not too sure what we could do next. We can start having it go downhill. I did that so we don't ever reach the bottom of the map. Okay, so it'll start going downhill. It's possible we can make it daytime, because I'm not liking how it looks. Because what I'm planning on doing now, that looks a little too cheerful. So let's change the ambient to black. That did nothing. Let's change the brightness to 0. Okay. I don't like that. So the whole gimmick here is you're escaping the mountain, right? So we go out of the cave, which is this. So a lot of the stuff that I was yelling at y'all about before, we're redoing it, fellas. So now it's essentially like a mountain, like a cool mountain that we're escaping from. Since that we increased the height of all these, it's making it darker so the light doesn't go through it as well. If not a lot darker. I mean, look at that. So that's why we make the ambient not black. Okay, so we still have like the same lighting effect that we did earlier, but now we're escaping a mountain, right? So we're gonna want to change some stuff around to make it look a lot better. So we're just adding a little bit of design here to make it look good from the outside, in a sense. Is there a hotkey for this? Control 2. Just get in the habit of using that. There you go, immediately getting rid of the habit. Control 2. Okay, so now we're coming out of a cave. Okay, so now that we're coming out of the cave, we don't want people to still leave the map, so we're gonna add some ground and then some invisible walls. Maybe we could have it like a choose your path sort of thing, so when people can actually jump off right here if they want to, and maybe they can finish it as an obstacle course. You know what I'm saying? So now that we got this little area where people can hop off, like I said earlier, the reason why we renamed these all wall, so we can color them later in case we actually want to change the design a little bit. That is not all the walls. Coco. A lot of cool colors we can use here. Give it a unique art style. So now that people can leave the map, see, it's all about being unique. Like, it's the lava boat ride games. When's the last time you seen one that was an obstacle course as well? I mean, come on, fellas. So, that's that right there. now that we have escaped, in a sense, let's add this wall over here. Okay, so now there's an area where people can jump off if they want. And what we're gonna do now is complete making the course. And maybe we can have like a map change system where it changes the course every so often. And I think that'd be cool. So they'd probably gain a lot of speed going down this way. So I was planning on having a kind of a ramp of sorts. You can also increase the speed in which this goes. So we can make that go like 2 times as fast. Okay, so this is like a unique direction that we're taking this in. Probably this is going to be the last part of the session for the day, even though I want to keep working. We're going to actually have to put some brain power into developing a boat here, because we want to survive the we want to survive that one fall consistently. And void the rock. I hate this copy tool so much. Why'd they have to ruin it? See you. Okay, so this should survive a bit of it. Like a little unique design, like little uplift sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? So if we don't land straight on our heads, we should be fine. Yep, we're fine. So now we're going to test out this ramp. Oh, there's that part from earlier, guys. Remember him? Okay, once we go down this hill, we're going to kind of ramp off it. Should speed us up quite a bit on the downhill. Wow, so speedy. Okay, that wasn't speedy at all, so let's increase that by, like, let's add another 0. I don't really want to do that boat thing, so I'll just pause it.